Hello and welcome to Damn It Vacant. Full lineup again. Ellis, Joe, and John. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yes, John, are you okay?
Hello.
Yeah, he's there. This is a brilliant start again.
It's a brilliant start.
As always,
That's like
tip
a crash.
top fucking
professionalism.
quality.
Are you okay, John?
Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I've had some fun with it's been busy with work and stuff, and it's all got a bit much. But I'm here now. I'm here to talk wrestling. It'll be good.
It is, isn't it? It's exhausting. I've discovered that I work with fucking idiots. Like
You make this discovery
every day,
every 2 weeks.
Every day about 11:30, I just go and have a little cry in the bathroom.
What was the punk line in that press conference?
I work with
I'm
fucking
old.
children.
I'm
I'm old and
old.
tired, and I work with fucking children. Yes, it's just like I told you this yesterday. Do you not make notes? I've got post-it notes stuck to everything right now. No, I just don't understand. I just don't understand people. But yeah, I had a fun weekend in Warrington. OTP. That was a good show.
Yeah,
Max
we didn't
Brooker
make it.
against. Well, very nearly didn't make it because my brother forgot everything, didn't he? He forgot it
We
was.
got everything.
He forgot it was his
Great niece.
great niece. I don't know how family trees work and shit, man. Like I never understood Game of Thrones. Yeah, her birthday. So it got to like half hour before the end of it. I'm like, where are you? And he's like, where? I'm at home. Where are you? I'm like, we got rested after this. He's like, I do now. I'm like, you bought the ticket? I bought the ticket. But yeah, we made it in the end. We made it with seconds to spare. But yeah, it was a good show as always. Warrington. For a rumble, they'd got a lot more seats around the outside of it. I was like, the only way anyone's going out of this ring is that way because this is way too close. But yeah, Max Brooker against Ian Skinner kicked it off. Tremendous match. Ian Skinner, I think for his debut in OTP, over as fuck. Max Brooker, their champion, their face, getting booed by me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, by you.
By me. Well, mostly by me, but
Mostly by you.
Ian Skinner, cool guy, lots of friends.
Yeah. What's the facts?
Great match. Unfortunately, Skinner didn't win, but I don't think hopefully that's not the last we've seen of him because, he's always good value wherever he goes. And Max Brooker's great as well, but he's not Ian Skinner. So you get your favourites. We had NAF, which is Joey Hayes and Drill against the O5, who I haven't seen before. And it was basically antics. Joey Hayes and Drill just doing old wrestling bits like all the way through, but it was good. It were a great match. There was some Canadian lad there on the 05 team who thought he kept going, I'm better than you, and I'm like, you can't do that because someone else is already doing that. Like, that was a lot of fun. There was some Leon Gray, Prince Pele, and James Grayson stuff that you have to sort of watch to fully understand. I like to have been involved in it. It's all betrayals and friendships and all that kind of stuff,
Okay.
but in a good way.
Yeah.
And there was the Rumble, which was great. It was won by the worst man in wrestling, Scott Oberman, who we booed, as is per the tradition or the thing. There was no Session Moth, so we had Lucy Sky against Christ, what's she called? The Frosty Woman.
Frosty Woman.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. From Morecambe.
Blonde hair, wears a cape. Come on! Oh, my brain not work good.
We're all very tired.
I want to say Eleanor Frostington.
You're saying that because of Frozen.
Frozen. And Susan Icicle. Mary Cube.
One of those.
Oh
has
my
to be
god,
right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you ever listen to this and like that is you. You're a tremendous wrestler. My brain has not been what it once was.
Please don't take any of this personally. We're just
it's not a slight or an insult to you. It's just my brain not work good at the best of times. And
confirm.
especially after this week. This week so far. And as a surprise entrant, Najay was entered into the women's which was fun. He got absolutely like pummeled, but it's Najay, so it's great fun, isn't it? But yeah, it was a really good show. I'm not sure when the next one is. I think that might be the big one at the big town hall. But yeah, if you can get along to it. If not, I think all this stuff is up on a thing somewhere. God, I really should have done more prep for this, but I'm very tired. And I've been playing Valheim again, so.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah, man. Started a new server.
your brain's off. I don't know.
I
Going
need to
boats.
go
What-
sailing on my little boat
Yeah.
to just have a calm down from the end of the day. Just go waz around a couple of islands until everyone gets busy, and then come back. Like it's very, very therapeutic. But yes, it was a very good show.
All I know about Valheim is you build boats. That's based on what you say.
Yeah, and little
Yeah.
houses, and you can punch a deer. You can punch anything if you want. You can punch a tree, a rock. Much like the real world in that respect. But yeah, so that's been my weekend anyway. And that's that. Yeah. Anything else?
Guess what I'm drinking?
Bleach, tiramisu, Cassielia. Oh, the pub wine. Lovely.
The leftovers of a round from Saturday where Barney's dad said, "What do you want to drink?" And she already had half a glass of white wine that I'd bought her. And then she's like, "Nothing." She went, "No, I'll have another glass of wine." Bought her a bottle. So came back and saves the fast.
Things are becoming clear.
Yeah. Well, when I went to the bar and ordered the wine in the first place, the lovely lady behind the bar was like, "Small, medium, or large?" It was just like large and large. And I have to ask. I know who she is.
It's good that your reputation precedes you in that respect.
But yeah, I've got half a bottle of that left, so you can have that for recording.
Oh, lovely. Week-old open wine.
That's all right, yeah.
Wine matures. Everyone knows that.
I don't think that's how it works.
I was teaching about carboxylic acid this week, so in a good way.
Ah, man, I failed bad. I'm still trying to. Lily Winter! Lily Winter! I was close. It was a girl's name and a cold thing.
Yeah, you were bang on, really, when you think about it.
Susan Icicle is also a great name. Any wrestling people out there want that? £4.50. And it's yours. Or you could just steal it. I have no ownership of it. But yeah.
But we'd know.
Yeah, well, trademark. Verbal trademark. I declare bankruptcy.
Let's be fair. We forget everything we say in this pod about 12 minutes after.
I forgot how we started. I know it all fell apart immediately, but that's fairly standard protocol now, isn't it?
I was trapped on a side street in Bury with a dead battery car last night with some random person jump starting me.
Oh, jump started you, right? Because
is that what you're calling it? Is it?
I had to go into the boxing club and go, "Has anyone got a jump lead?" No one came forward, and then this guy was like, "I'll start you." And I was like, "All right."
Should have got them all out of push start you, like Rocky.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work, and then he was like, "I live 5 minutes away." Just like dropped his kid off, came back with some jump leads, and I was like, "Yeah, this is fun." Because I was sat in the car freezing my ass off for an hour and a half dealing with like work shit, and then I was like, "I'm freezing there," so I put the heater on stupidly, not the full engine on, so it just. Drained that everything. It literally just all went off around me.
No.
Then I discovered
like a film.
A breakdown cover, which is another revelation to me.
Amazing work. I thought my week's been bad, but yeah, at least I wasn't getting jump started in an alleyway by a random man.
I went to a comedy show on Sunday. That's about as far as.
I went to one with my wife the other week. It was very good. That's all I have to say. Couldn't tell you who it was. It was an Asian lady. She was very funny. And I wasn't picked on for being the only white person there, which was classy. It's a classy move.
So we get into the have we got something before the news?
We do. I've got big Ian Skinner news coming up if and when I get round to doing the thing that I'm planning on doing. It's going to be a time sink. It's not going to be worth it. It's only going to be funny to me and about 3 other people. But
that's the entire vibe of this podcast.
I've had to watch a lot of YouTube videos and I still don't fully understand what the fuck I'm doing. But it is something great is happening. It's just a shame of like when I'm not watching wrestling or talking about wrestling or making mother more crab rangoon. This is what's taking up my spare time and sailing. But I was going through my old VHS tapes looking for something to watch, and I found it, and I forgot I had it. I must have got it like when Blockbuster shut down or something. But I put it on and I was like, oh, this I remember this.
In a city where danger lurks at every corner, one man will rise to the challenge. In a fight for justice, he will take on the impossible. In the face of fear, he finds his strength. When injustice calls, he gets his coat on. With each strike, he becomes a legend. In a world of shadows, he is the light. Coming this summer, Ian Skinner is Skin Carter.
So yeah, and ironically, that was a trailer on the Jim Carter video, which I thought was some nice synchronicity. But yeah, that was fun.
Jones. Jones. Jones.
Could I have got more jokes in there? Yes. Did I have time? No. Should I have abandoned it for next week? Possibly.
I got a screen grab of that just to see our reaction.
You don't press your screen grab, your laptop will explode.
I'm on the iPad, that's why we've got a tracking camera.
Well, it's good we got some levity to kick off with because
I thought that's why
the news is
I
fucking grim. So
finished with it like.
We've got Vince first. Vince McMahon's lawyer was wrong to withhold documents sought by a grand jury. Court rules.
Who'd have thought?
A former lawyer for Vince McMahon was wrong to withhold some documents from a federal grand jury as it investigated how the former WWE boss handled the multi-million-dollar settlement agreements with two female employees who accused him of sexual abuse. A federal appeals court ruled on Monday.
I'm a lawyer, so this guy, was he bolted?
I mean, if you had any sense about you, you would, wouldn't you? But
I think so. I mean, the man's got so many court cases and stuff happening at the same time. You've got to have a number of lawyers, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Cycle through them like a
Rolodex of a Rolodex of bastards.
3 judges on the Second U.S. Court of Appeals in New York upheld a lower court ruling which the documents that were not protected by attorney-client privilege because of an exception for crime or fraud.
I mean, that seems common sense to me, but again, America, it's got its own shit going on, hasn't it?
Pretty much. It's got a lot of shit going on.
Keep it light-ish.
I'm trying, but how?
I know. It's hard to find levity in terrible things.
The appeals court said the lower court judge found prosecutors had reasonable ground to believe McMahon and his lawyer illegally circumvented the WWE's internal controls and created false records when they concealed the employees' claims and settlement agreements from the company, and that they made false and misleading statements to the company's auditors, even though McMahon paid for settlements with funds that did not come from the company. The appellate panel said that while McMahon's lawyers submitted many materials in response to the grand jury subpoena, they also submitted a log of 208 documents that were being withheld under assertions of attorney-client privilege. Seems like a lot of documents to be like, yeah, you can't have those though.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 208 pages.
Yeah, it was just us. Yeah, it's just we'll just
No, that's just my Chinese menu collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in A3 as well, which is even more terrifying stuff.
But the identity of the parties were not disclosed in the appeals court opinion. A person familiar with the matter confirmed the unnamed former chief executive officer of a publicly traded company was McMahon. The person insisted on anonymity to discuss details that have not been made public. I think the important part of this is like McMahon has said that he sort of implied that he was no longer under investigation by this grand jury, but this kind of suggests that he still is.
I think he's following a certain orange person's thing of, if I just say it enough, it becomes truth.
Yeah.
Again, I hope they fucking throw him into a volcano. Some bit of island justice.
We had a sighting, didn't we? He was at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, looking like a male Cruella de Vil drag king. Yeah.
That's a hell of a mental image I've got going on. Don't know what to make of that. I'm going to Google it in a bit. There's also a update in the Ring Boys lawsuit.
Oh my god. That's
Well, I think this is a somewhat newer lawsuit. The new there's a new statement from the attorney to 5 former WWF Ring Boys. There's a Mayo and Supreme Court ruling that will allow their lawsuit against WWE, TKO, Vince, and Linda McMahon to continue. I think basically the Mayo and Supreme Court decision uphold the Mayo and Child Victims Act, which effectively eliminated any statute of limitations on child sex abuse lawsuits.
Good.
So I think that's the right decision. We hope other states will follow Mayo Ann's lead. Survivors of sexual assault, especially children, often do not come forward for years or even decades after the abuse occurred. This delayed disclosure happens for numerous reasons: shame, fear, or manipulation, and it has too often prevented survivors from ever seeking justice and getting accountability. It's also allowed perpetrators to continue hurting countless innocent people. My clients' lives were destroyed by defendants who allowed and enabled the open, rampant sexual abuse to occur for years. The abuse inflicted on my clients was inexcusable. They were mere children and had the right to expect WWE executives would take action to protect them from the predators working within WWE. We will bring light to their truth and fight for accountability and justice.
There's a shocking line there. They were right to be protected from the predators that were working in the WWE. There shouldn't have been predators working in the WWE. It's like,
That's
you
a
know
fair
what I mean?
point.
It's
yeah.
like,
yeah.
oh,
No, I read that
oh,
out
you're
loud,
a
and I was
nonce,
like,
right?
wait.
Off you fuck into the volcano. Come on, form a line.
An orderly line.
Yeah, you know, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
reason
of
to
course.
be rude when you're sacrificing nonsense to the volcano god.
Releases. Moving on to different news. Two sections of it. So we got WWE first. Cedric Alexander released 90-day non-compete. You'd expect him to show up at the Hurt Circuit. AEW people have picked for him. Makes sense.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Famous wrestler as well. AOP.
Checkbook out,
They've been let go. I don't want to talk about them anymore. Fuck off. Go and make your own. Create your narrative again. Paul Ellering.
Did they do that? I didn't even realise that. Well, okay.
They're not part of that. Is that not the show in Nottingham?
I don't think it was. I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
no, the showing
It sounds
Nottingham
right.
was something else.
Well, that's something else.
Yeah, that wasn't creating.
Oh, we never got creative narrative here.
No, that was just
What
a.
was the show in Nottingham?
Mate, they couldn't sell out a fucking scout hut, let alone anywhere in Britain. Like,
I think we just tried to bring a show over here that was.
There it is.
It wasn't very well thought out. I mean, they thought people would come to Nottingham for it, and we.
yeah, Nottingham's a
We're-
nightmare to get
We
to.
weren't gonna.
No, yeah. It's horrible. But it's nice, but it's difficult to get to.
Well, yeah, they've gone. It was a rough omen because Cross has been on TV a lot lately doing great stuff, but neither he nor Ellering, who has also been released as their manager, were seen. So Ellering has gone as well. Blair Davenport, she has been released. No creative plans for her since she got called up. Many companies will be interested in her. She did some. She was brought to TV. She did do some pictures of her working with Niven and Chelsea Green. But nothing came of it. There's a whole Secret Service thing since she's won the championship. Like Piper's her security, and
Okay.
she's for her to join that. Piper's doing wonderful work with that. Sonya Deville. Come.
I read that it got as far as the Secret Service outfit being repaired. I was like, what on earth?
I don't know what that means. Yeah, I thought it was a typo.
That's why I thought I'd add the context.
Thank you for context. Context is helpful.
Sonya not being released, but told her contract's not being renewed. So I assume.
This is a shame. I really like Sonya Deville.
Yeah, it's just we got going. She's part of that Pure Fusion collective, and she's not had a good time with her since that whole house.
No. I mean, there's a lot of good people.
A bit random though, but she showed up at the Rumble and just sort of bye.
Didn't really do much, did she? Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
it's weird to bring someone back for the Rumble. But anyway, just like, okay, man, now go.
She last hurrah, isn't it? Yeah.
I guess.
She, as soon as the contract's over, she, like somebody else this week, can just join anywhere the day after.
Yeah.
It's not a non-compete. Kyle Anderson and Luke Gallows, remember them? They were in AEW and in WWE until a couple of days ago. Kyle Anderson is injured about 3 to 6 months before he's played, but they've both been released. It's pretty unusual for WWE to actually release injured people.
Yeah.
Fight people looking into seeing if there's any other context. Maybe they've just released them as a duo because they are not going to release one without the other. But
Yeah, they can.
but it's a shitty thing releasing someone and when they're injured. It's like that fella who got
So
hurt in
back in
the
AEW with Young Bucks and BTE and stuff. We'll all be back. Sour Boy.
yeah.
Talk and Shop and Mania 3. That'll be alright.
Hey, what do you about? Look on the bright side.
Vinci, this is a shame. He's gone. There was a lot of people that were high on him. They did them like Pitbull-esque vignettes on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Came out, had like a 2-minute match over 2 weeks. We had total TV time about 2 minutes, lost both. Then he disappeared. He basically never recovered from the public burial when he got kicked out of Imperium because there were rumours and innuendo that he had tried to hit on Tiffany Stratton, who was going out with Ludwig Kaiser. And
Okay.
Kaiser absolutely beat the shit out of him on a Raw once. Never really recovered from that. So don't know if that is true or not, but he's a tremendous worker, so I'm going to be a lot of interest in him. Also a tremendous worker, Isla Dawn, has gone. So this kind of negates the point I was just making about releasing a tag team together.
Yeah, but they were both singles wrestlers, and then they put them together because they went, you're both Scottish. Go! Yeah.
So Alba Fire's not gone, but Isla Dawn has. Still trying to see if there's any news on Alba Fire, but she's not gone as far as Fightful are concerned. Duke Hudson has gone. And those who are in NXT that Fightful spoke to believe the releases are tied to a new batch of call-ups being brought to the main roster in 2020.
Which brings us to AEW releases. In a surprise to no one, Malachi Black, Miro, and Ricky Starks are no longer under contract to AEW. Fightful Select confirmed. They were removed from the roster page on February the 10th. Malachi Black's original deal could have seen him signed well into 2027, at least per Tony Khan's own words a couple of years back. Fightful had reported in December that Black would be leaving AEW in the coming months, and by January had reported that he would no longer be on TV. Miro, I thought, had gone ages ago.
No.
Oh, he's just been hanging about.
He has not wrestled since 2023 on TV, I'm assuming, and had been discussed for potential creative throughout the year. He's healthy and has been cleared for quite some time. Fightful reported that he'd asked for his release quite a while back. We're told the situation had gone radio silent for quite some time before the release was official. Miro had not been brought up creatively from what we'd heard in about 6 months, and most everyone that's spoken to in AEW had not expected to see him there again. He signed a long-term contract extension in early 2022 that could have kept him in the company till at least 2026.
His last match must have been against Andrade, right?
That's the last time I remember seeing him in that treacle match, where they were fighting underwater. Yeah.
Yes, that's the
slowest match in the world. Yeah.
The
fucking glacier going, come on, hurry up.
I'm gonna miss Miro.
Because like it happens whenever anything happens in any of the companies. There's always tweets. This has changed on the roster page. Brock Lesnar is now no longer an alumni. This person's gone. Who's looking at that?
So I'm assuming people wake up every day and go, must check the roster page to see what's changed.
Have you been on Twitter ever?
No.
Not anymore.
I've deleted it, yes.
But those people, you're the ones...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that have got to be like, I knew first. No, I don't shit, mate.
I'm going to miss his... I'm sad we never got Miro's, like, I'm going to fight God storyline.
Fighting God storyline, yeah. Like,
I wanted to like
him on a cloud swatting a man with...
Yeah, like Zeus's head on the...
Yeah, with a heart.
Yeah.
Ricky Starks had asked AEW in late 2023 to not pick up his option that was coming in spring 24. AEW did, and then didn't use Starks after that period. We're told he was open to still working and seeing out his AEW deal. He was blocked from working a series of GCW shows before his release. Yeah, his deal would have been up in a few months anyway. And a shocking twist that nobody saw coming, he debuted on NXT last night.
He did?
Notably not actually saying his name.
Yeah.
The crowd knew, however, and chanted it repeatedly. Fightful were told that this was the expected reaction and that not mentioning him by name wasn't an accident. However, we've not been told specifically why that is, because WWE have trademarked a load of new names, in case you haven't seen.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
They were tremendous. Yeah.
Oh, mate, like corn cob hula hoops. And it's just...
I thought you'd wrote them.
Oh, mate, mine are better than that, because at least mine are good. It just feels like it feels like AI. They all feel like AI written names.
Yep.
Regardless of whether it suits that person, it's just now, okay, you're Lieutenant Smash Pants. And it's like, but, yeah. Why NXT? Those Fightful spoke to on the main roster said that they believed the majority of creative heading into WrestleMania had planned, and NXT would be more fluid working him into the fold.
I did think that's a weird time to join the company when it's full steam ahead to WrestleMania.
Invasion.
But I guess they had him
lined up for a while. Yeah.
I had him lined up, but the release was what, Friday? I think.
No, the release was.
Fightful said they heard about it on Friday.
Oh, okay.
We didn't report it till Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was.
Fightful paid one guy to check the roster pages 24 hours a day. Like, he can't sleep. His eyeballs like held open like Andy McDowell in A Clockwork Orange.
I was about to say that.
No, Roger McDowell. That's a different film entirely.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it does. He got a great reaction. I watched the clip when he came out. No music, no nothing. It was just coming out, and as soon as he spoke, it was obvious. And
he should do
Jay
well.
Cargill tweeting, going like my best because they're best mate. Jay Cargill was like my best mate, and he was like, we made it. So that's been good. But yeah, someone I don't know where he's from, but I quite like his tweets. Andy hates Mirror. I don't know if he's with some company, but he tweets very balanced things, which I like. There's a lot of unbalanced things.
Tennis man.
There's a lot of unbalanced things on it.
No, not that one. Hence the H. That might explain why he's got
That
H.
could be H for tennis. Silent H. I don't know. Come on, get on. What with it? Come on.
No. He was just saying now Ricky's gone. He said that's great. I love it. He said, but I am noticing now he's going to get a lot of abuse from AEW fans, and he said he's noticed wrestling has become a lot like basketball and sports like that, where when someone moves, everyone all of a sudden hates them. And he was like, wrestling, support the wrestler, not the initials of the company.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think he'll do well in
so
WWE.
I think he's made.
Yeah, if they give him time and like the right things to go with, yeah, he's got it made. Like I said, there was moments in AEW where you could see and they just didn't pull the trigger on him, and it's like, well, you know,
he can finally finish that feud with Punk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said Punk slowly assembling his collision roster.
When we start calling it SmackDown Collision, yeah. And in religious news, pray for Ray Phoenix because he's still there.
Apparently, Fightful reported they did consider releasing him as well. I chose not.
I think it's become one of those things now, hasn't it? It's like the albatross around his neck sort of thing. It's like you could never leave.
I also wondered if they're gonna wait to because obviously Penta's doing incredibly well, and I don't know, let's say he wins a single championship and then they release him.
Yeah. Again, it could all be on purpose, couldn't it? Yeah. Then have Ray show up and we're like, oh, now you're in trouble. There's the tiny ones here. It's always the small ones that are the most dangerous.
No, the stands there and doesn't do anything yet.
Oh, yeah.
The reference to no one. Oh yeah.
After the levity, back into the top.
Yeah, I nearly put it all at the start, but then I thought I might not make it through the news section. So, Bear Boulder has been fired by AEW. The company owner, he was arrested for battery by strangulation in January and cut him from the company. Police were called to the scene by the alleged victim, who was his fiance. Accused Boulder, real name Thomas Wenzel, of strangulation and rendering her unconscious by allegedly standing on the back of her neck. This came among other domestic abuse allegations. After admitting this to the police, he was arrested and taken to Orange County Detention Facility. His Bear Bronson, his former tag team partner, has commented on Twitter and posted to clear up any confusion, spread awareness about domestic violence and move on in my life. Attached to his post are sources for victims of domestic violence. If anybody who sees signs needs help, please reach out. I don't know what to say. I'm sick to my stomach. I've been checking in with Redacted since I found out to make sure she's okay, but I did not know the horrific details. I've been on a city date with my wife for the past few hours right now, and I just want to turn my phone off and be with her. This is someone I travelled the world with for 8 years, full of matches and memories, and I held close to me. Someone I trusted around my family. He was a groomsman at my wedding this past October with his fiance. The arrest report provided by police has made me sick, depressed, and angry. There's a lot more to that statement, but
yeah, that's enough.
That's enough.
Let's not dwell on it. Man's a piece of shit. Throw him into the volcano with the rest of them.
What you said, yep.
Yep.
Oh Christ!
Yep. I said it was bad.
Really is like the dog shit fucking sandwich this week, lads.
Yep.
Yeah, Oscar's dealing with harassment fans. On 29th of Jan, she sent out a series of messages on social media saying she's been feeling in danger recently, contacted the police. There was romantic advances made towards her. She had tweeted, "Please don't have romantic feelings on me. It's meaningless, 100% pointless." She followed up a couple of days later saying WWE and TKO Group are taking action to protect her. She then posted another tweet saying that the romantic advances are still happening, and I quote, "There are still people who have romantic feelings for me and making advances. Please stop immediately." He called the situation really troubling and reiterated that the romantic advances are pointless. It's unclear how police have responded to this since Oscar contacted them, but she indicated that the situation goes beyond advances being made towards her on the internet. "If it's only on the internet, I don't mind that much," is what she said.
It's weird that, I don't like talking to wrestlers in the real world when I see them, let alone anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a mum as well, she's kids.
He does, yeah.
I mean, maybe that's what I don't know. People are fucking weird.
You've got to be a stupid weirdo. Oscar will kill you.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, a fucking murder machine. Maybe that's what they want. World's full of fucking, whatever, It's that thing of hanging around outside hotels and shit. I'm like, just fucking touch some grass. You know what I mean?
You're waiting for them at the airports and that kind of
Airports.
Yeah, stacks upon stacks of things to sign. Yeah.
Yeah, that they're all for me. All right, yeah. Get on my little Viking sailboat. That'll calm you down. Have a sail around. Use your time more wisely.
I love that we're
offering advice to fucking deviants, yeah. Kevin Owens has re-signed. Owens posted on Twitter, "If you guys help support my daughter's Girl Scout troop by buying cookies, I promise to keep wrestling for at least 4 years, 11 months, 22 more days," which heavily implied he'd signed a new deal.
You put a link to it as well.
I mean, why not?
I love it.
In speaking with those close to the situation, Fightful confirmed that Owens did resign, and the new deal actually kicked off the day of the Rumble. So that's a 5-year contract on top of that. So
Cody immediately.
I'll tell the children there'll be no Kevin Steen in AEW.
Yeah. Cody immediately embedded his head through that ladder, so table.
Yeah, maybe he's forgot that he resigned because fuck me. Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
Jesus.
Controversy with WWE's Death Rebel themes. Numerous fans have pointed out the frustration with WWE music production group with the theme songs remaining unidentifiable for many talent during the Royal Rumble matches. I completely agree with this.
Yep, 100%.
No idea who anyone was until their face turned up.
Unless it was like someone that has got an identifiable theme, but like we
Which
said
a
before,
lot of the time is the old theme. But
yeah, but like we said before we started recording, me and John were like, they've took good themes off people and replaced them with
Finn Balor.
generic create a wrestler music.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, it's awful. Every year the Rumble highlights.
Yeah.
Every year.
Part of it for me, I was like, well, I don't watch it that much. Maybe I just don't know these people that well. It's fine. But then people I did know have had their good themes replaced by shitty ones. So I was like, well,
You've got an arena full of, a stadium full of people who don't react until their name pops up on the screen.
yeah.
Also, you can see him. And yeah.
Oh, it's him. Good. A number of talent in WWE that Fightful spoke to said they felt the same way. Fightful indicated in the past that no talent Fightful spoke with have interacted with Death Row producers for input on songs. So they just make something. I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
What's your gimmick? I'm a wrestler, right? Right. Off.
Yeah.
What's yours? I'm an evil wrestler. All right. Next. It's just.
We'll just change the key slightly.
It gives me big Rebecca, that guy who does the rap in the Rebecca Black Friday video vibes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What a flashback I'm having.
Nah. He did another one where he dresses up as a turkey and does a rap in another girl's song. I went down a weird rabbit hole a couple of years back. It's actually a company you could pay money and they would produce a song and a video to embarrass your child for life. Keeps him out of prison. But yeah, it's a weird thing.
I don't know what I was talking about. We've told by talent, Fightful will be told by talent that several have expressed unhappiness with the quality of their theme songs and made attempts to get the previous themes back. WWE have also made requests to change the number of themes that talent have pushed back on. Some talent have managed to keep their previous themes, that others not being so lucky. Very few people on the roster Fightful heard from are happy with their Death Rebel themes. A number of incoming talent also prefer to bring their own themes with them. Fightful do not yet know when the Death Rebel contract or agreement is up with WWE.
See, I remember hearing something about this a while back about them not using Death Rebel anymore.
Yeah.
I could have been a dream because,
No, there was.
What is consciousness?
That the contract was potentially coming up.
Oh,
you've not dreamt that. But even like before the Rumble, when they do them like kickoff shows, and Cody Rhodes was coming out, and they were chanting something about Sheamus, and he was like, "I've heard you all." He said, "I've got a lot of power, but I can see if we can get Sheamus's old team back." And that was kind of a little dig at Death Rebel because they wanted too many lines and all that. Loads have been doing it. Like whenever Logan Paul comes out, everyone's going, "Who's that?" Like Seth Rollins did it 2 weeks ago. CM Punk did it this week.
Even if I knew his theme, I'd do it just for the band because the band's prick.
Absolutely.
No, it's not. The mini-show reception. Maria Kanellis is now a free agent, no longer with AEW. She had a short-term extension with them through January. She is now free. Yeah, she was having operations and stuff, wasn't she? So
Health.
House of Glory officials have announced that Mercedes Moné will headline the March 15th show at the NYC Arena. It will stream live on Triller TV, and it will be her first indie appearance 2011.
A reasonable hour.
Yeah. Trish Stratus is expected to be involved with WWE in some way, headed to Elimination Chamber because it's in Toronto, it's their hometown. The company also produced new merchandise for the 25th year anniversary of the debut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're old, mate.
Yeah.
In other, my brother, your brother-in-law, watched the Rumble. Was very, very preferred the women's to the men's, but that's just it's horse of course, isn't it? He enjoyed the ladder match. He wasn't that bothered about the tag team and all that stuff. But he said, "What's next? Is it Mania?" I went, "Oh no, you got Elimination Chamber before that." He went, "That sounds terrible." And I went, "Yeah, it's a big cage with and they're strategically released into it, and it's just chains and iron floor. It's horrible."
Yeah, it's a good time to get.
And he went,
Yeah,
all right, sweet. Because it's all on Netflix and he can watch it now.
Because he said that when he arrived to the bar, he said, "Oh, I might stay up for what's WrestleMania." So it's all pomp and circumstance and wonderful.
Like I said, there's a few matches, but it's the intros that are the best bit. You have to go some way to beat the Lilliputians, Seth's little trumpet lads. Yep.
Oh yeah.
But even like Chris, I saw him on Saturday, and he's like, I think Ben would like his son would like it. I was like, really would like wrestling. Like he pays interest when Theodore talks. he was like, I just don't know where to start. I said, just watch the Rumble. Ignore the tag match. I said,
Yeah.
just watch that ladder match. That'll get him up because it's just carnage.
Mhm.
And,
And the Rumble's just, these are all the people that are available. Yeah.
So just watch the
pick
pay-per-view.
one.
You don't need to commit to every week. Just watch
No.
the pay-per-view.
Pick one, become blindly loyal to them for no reason. Yeah, and then pick one that you hate for absolutely no reason. And then pick Punk and hate him as well. Yeah.
Last bit of that news, it was reported that Elias, who's now known as Elijah, was signed by AEW and Ring of Honor. The rumors stem from him appearing in a video of Ring of Honor team The Righteous. However, Fightful were told that Elijah is actually not signed by the company. I was kind of sad he didn't rock up at the Rumble like twice.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty.
remember that whole Kevin Owens story when he was going mad, going, that is Elias.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great time.
It was a great
Because Kevin Owens' power is that he's the only person who can remember things.
And knows that wrestling is stupid. Yeah. And in UK and Ireland news, Jim Smallman, WWE's head international scout, he's 3 inches tall. Visited several promotions earlier this week in the UK, including TNT and Future Shock Wrestling. Several talents we spoke to told us Smallman, through a megaphone, offered advice to those he spoke with. Otherwise, Smallman was just an observer.
I keep it that way because I thought you'd enjoy it being small man.
I know. You know me so well.
Yeah.
WWE have been reaching out to Sell It in Europe for extra work on their upcoming tour before Mania 41. In addition, we were also told they had reached out to Wrestling Schools and Promotion Europe for recommendation for said extra work. So, write to WWE and recommend your favourites, boys and girls.
You might see some people you know if you look carefully.
Or they will put it on Instagram and Twitter repeatedly, and so you have to notice.
True.
Oh yeah, and also weirdly, I'll do this one because it's only a wee bit. WWE 2K is coming to Netflix games. Which I've never used.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
like,
they do.
They will. It's part of your
It's like-
subscription. There's games on there. Some games are like paid games, or games that would be paid if you're getting them normally. And some games are like free to play games, but they've chopped out all the rubbish, so there's no adverts and. Yeah.
It was only when I read that I went and looked, and I was like, "There's a Grand Theft Auto on here."
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto and Monument Valley's on there. That's a good game. And
Ooh, that is a good game.
Yeah, Monument Valley 3's on there. It's
Have you got to hook a controller up, or am I pressing? Is it like fast text?
it depends. Forgot of Grand Theft Auto. I think you play one. You can. There's buttons on the screen, but that's rubbish. I think you play one, hook a controller up.
Right. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Show reviews then. Do the WWE first. SmackDown. Yeah, I'm still struggling with the 3-hour thing. There's a few bits there.
I've not even tried SmackDown yet because it's 3 hours long. I
didn't. I was
just
watching
can't.
Raw's a really good show. SmackDown's like a weird show.
I even struggle with the pace of it all, to be honest, mate. Like I'm struggling. I'm trying. I'm gonna get into it, but what? Fast forward. What the?
The Netflix joy.
But how do I know what I want to watch?
Yeah.
You say this, and I'm just like, okay. I only know it's rubbish once I've watched it. Gone, oh, that was rubbish.
Yeah, this week's Raw wasn't the best one. SmackDown, just Elimination Chamber stuff. So Bianca's qualified for the Elimination Chamber. She beat Piper Niven. I've seen that match quite a few times, so I wasn't kind of that invested. Drew, LA Knight, and Jimmy had a triple threat to qualify because Drew is now being drafted to SmackDown. I didn't really clock it at the time, but I thought that's a weird thing to say. So they all had a little promo bit beforehand, and Drew was saying, like, yeah, I've joined SmackDown now. He said,
Okay.
I've had a rough time on Raw, and I was full of hatred. He said, and then I woke up one morning, like, looked in the mirror, and I was like, oh, you're a fucking tall, handsome, beautiful man. Like, why are you full of so much hate? And he said, I've realised it's because of the toxic work environment of Raw. Raw's quite a lot of fights and stuff going on backstage. It's kind of deliberately designed that way. He's like, so fuck Adam Pearce, because Nick Aldis rang me, who he's got history with from the Indies. And he was like, he's invited me here, so I'm here. Jimmy came out, and then LA Knight came out, cut, and fair play to him. I don't know if you saw it. He just randomly stopped mid-promo and he was like, camera, like, come here. He said, don't know who needs to hear this, but men and the boys in the crowd and those at home, if you need to cry, it's okay to cry as a man. You can have your feelings and you can do that. Which then led him into a promo on Drew McIntyre because he was like, you're always crying and whinging about stuff. But that kind of little segment was, it was nice. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it was.
I've heard about it. They did mention on Fightful that was meant as like a genuine thing.
Oh,
Which,
no.
which then led into a just the Drew McIntyre thing.
Drew McIntyre. That's what he called him.
That's pretty
but no,
good, to be fair.
yeah, but no, yeah, he did it well. But yeah, then he kind of ended his promo and was about to walk to the ring to get to the match, and he went, oh, sorry, I forgot to get my bits in, and then he was like, oh, hey, night, yeah, and I was like, and Drew was just smiling at him. I was like, I'm pretty sleepy right now, and then I realized it's because Drew was pissed off about his elimination at the Royal Rumble, and it was because LA Knight and Logan Paul were getting their bits in. I was like, it's quite funny.
Yeah.
when you watch it back. Alexa Bliss had her first match. She is qualified for the Elimination Chamber to beat Candice LeRae.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
Good reactions to her, and again, coming out having a great match. I hadn't really looked at her jacket properly. I knew it said Fiend. I just thought it said like Fiend Forever, but no, it's got a little R between the F and the I, and an S on the end, so it's Friends Forever, which is nice. And her outfit her skirt and her jacket have been designed by the guy who did all the Fiend stuff, and it's got patches of Bray's pants woven into the skirt.
Oh, you're trying to make me cry, man.
No. Well, I didn't notice as well, but in the Rumble which came out, the Lily doll has got a 6 for one of the eyes as well.
Oh, okay.
Again, we're back on that shit again, mate. Back on the good shit of just little bits here and there you got to pay attention to. Yeah.
And they have been drafted SmackDown. That makes sense why she's now on SmackDown. During her match with Candice, there was a little static, a little interruption on the screen and a flash, so it was like hinting at the Wyatts input with her as well. Okay. It was very good. I didn't really see anyone talk about it on social. It was so brief, but it was there. Raw was not much advanced storyline wise, but there was some tremendous tag team wrestling, which was quite nice to see from both males and females, which was a pleasure to see, really. It started with Jay, though, and he's got this fucking massive entrance that he has now, and it now has an encore. So they've been doing this thing recently because the crowd just want to keep going, and he looks at the camera and goes, go again. And I thought, this is a fucking weird camera shot. So he was stood on the announce table, but the camera was through the... Imagine you were sat like 4 rows behind the announce table watching Jey Uso on the announce table. So you can just kind of see his upper body.
Right.
And that was a camera shot. I was like, this is a really weird camera shot. And then all of a sudden, you heard Michael Cole start shouting, Jay, Jay. And Jay just like fell. It looked like he'd slipped. And then the camera like cut to like the normal camera, and Gunther had attacked him. I thought it was pretty cool, like the way they kind of shot it. And Michael Cole going a bit mad, him looking like he'd fallen. But yeah, Gunther just beat the ever living crap out of him, and he's like, don't even try it. And then as he's walking away, Jay's like grabbed the mic and gone, like he's gasping for breath, but he's like, he said, I might regret this, but you WrestleMania. So he chose, because he faced Cody down on SmackDown. I'm not going into that, but he faced Cody down on SmackDown.
He's never going for that, though, was he?
Choice, but
I always
he's always going to be Gunther.
Yeah.
Crowd went nuts. It was a good bit. Crowd went nuts, and it was a good attack on him. But yeah, then we had a tag match, women's. Dakota Kai is back from concussion. Good to see. With Sky versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And this is one of the matches where, because I'm trying to watch it in the morning before I head off to work. Because I'm not sleeping very well like in the night. I was like, I'll skip through some of this. And I kept skipping through. I was like, this match is still going on. It went for like 20 odd minutes. Liv Morgan's eye was absolutely busted open.
Ooh.
Oh, I heard this. Yeah, good knee.
And it was one of them that stopped me, and I go, no, I've got to rewind a bit here, and I've got to pay attention to this match. It's probably the best women's tag match I've seen in a very, very long time, and they put a lot of stock in it. And there has been reports that they want to kind of push Liv and Raquel in the tag team. So while they lost, but it was a really, really good match. And you had a tag title match as well with American Alpha versus War Raiders. Again, that got a lot of time. War Raiders defended it. But I was like, okay, I'm here for us giving some time to the tag titles, which is always good. Bayley and Lyra Valkyrie had a match that was straight after the women's tag. Bayley just about managed to defeat Lyra and is qualified for the Elimination Chamber. Again, that was a good match between them two. It's good to see. And then in the main event, it was Ray versus Logan Paul, which was an Elimination Chamber qualifier. To precursor, it was CM Punk doing a promo, and he was like, he said, I stood out here and I said I was going to win the Rumble. I said, I didn't. I've never won the Rumble. Yeah, that's gone. He said, but there's no point dwelling on the past. Like, I punched my ticket to Elimination Chamber, and then he went, yeah, and I had to fight to get my way there because I don't know if you've seen it, but we've got a spare 15 minutes. Him versus Sami Zayn on the main event of Raw last week was very good. I was like, oh, someone's going to run in and cost them. KO is going to run in, or Logan Paul is going to run in and cost Punk. Nah, they just put on an absolute wrestling clinic for 15 minutes on Raw, which is very, very good. And he was like, yeah, I punched my ticket. So I don't like some people. And he was alluding to John Cena because he's basically just come out and gone, I'm in it. Bye. I'm off the film now. I'll be back.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah. He was like, that's fine, Cena. He said, yeah, you earned your stripes and your respect. You can call your shot, but yeah, just be aware that you called your shot, but you're still going to have to face with me in there. So that was a nice callback to 2011, all the rivalry that he had with Cena. And then Logan Paul interrupted him, which was where the whole who even is this when the music came on. Which Steph had done the week before, and Logan got some good barbs in, to be honest. Punk was sat on the rope, just like, fuck this guy. He was like all of us when we see Logan Paul, to be honest. Like, fuck this guy.
It's a fair reaction.
But Logan Paul was like, he said, yeah, I saw you on SmackDown criticizing Kevin Owens for losing to me. And he said, less than 24 hours later, I was throwing your ass out of the Rumble. So, oh, yeah, I forgot all about that. Good.
Logan Paul, mate.
It is, but
a cure for cancer, and I'd be like, nah, he's still a dick.
I know, but in terms of the story, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I can see where that comes from. I'd forgot he said that to KO. Yeah, he ended up qualifying, beating Rey Mysterio in that match. It was some sort of nonsense. It was an okay match, but he's won. And then the New Day attacked Rey, and then Netflix cut as the New Day were coming in and attacking him, and then they put out on the socials the rest of the attack. I think that was a mistake. I know they've done some stuff on socials, like the KO attack Cody, which I really liked, and all the.
I saw the bit where it fades to black, and I was like, "Oh, that's quite a good." We don't need to see it, but yeah, I'm also like, the crowd still need to see it though. The crowd's like, we're out." Okay, stop, lads. Well done.
No, we didn't. So we didn't stop. So they put the rest out, and it's got commentary and everything over it. You also get Dragon Lee running out to try and help Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
And they destroy both of them. And Michael Cole's like, what's happened to these guys? Like, Rey Mysterio's kicked them out of the locker. That's the joke. Rey Mysterio kicked them out of the locker room because of what they did to Big E. And they took exception to it. And Michael Cole was like, they're being dicks. Like they shouldn't be acting like this. And it was a good heat segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the cut into black, but I was kind of like, they've not done much over the last few weeks. It would have been quite nice for that to be on.
To see them, yeah.
On the main show.
Well,
but yeah, so we've got our first Mania match. Jey Uso versus Gunther. Elimination Chambers taking shape, which is probably going to be a good show, especially with the participants that are in it. Yeah, and that's it for that. Dynamite.
Right, not going to lie, I watched them. I'm having to look at the actual notes because I can't remember a thing about nothing about AW. Yeah. It's just my brain don't work good. I couldn't remember.
Did it start with a week after the show as well? So it's always
yeah. We used to be like the day after, and it was a lot easier because fresher in my brain. Yeah, it started
with like Jay White and Renee Paquette in there having a chat, and then it escalated to a full-on.
Then the Death Riders appeared. Then Coke comes down, and
I think I don't know. Basically,
Mox
challenges Moxley with decline.
Yeah, so Mox was like, "Nah, get it up, yeah."
We're getting Cope and Jay White versus Moxley and Claudio in a Brisbane brawl,
which is not a pay-per-view.
It was all that stuff.
It's been a bone of some contention with some people, and I'm like, nah, AEW do like weird shows all the time.
Grand Slam's always been a TV show, but I don't. Yeah. Maybe they advertised it badly. I don't know. Like maybe
there was a bit. Someone put it as a pay-per-view, and it is a pay-per-view.
Not someone. The AEW official Twitter.
Right,
well,
that is dumb then.
Fucking work.
And then edited it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the same people.
Again, I quite like Stephanie Chase. She has some good pieces. She got back into wrestling because of AEW. Kind of become quite pissed off as well with AEW recently. But she did a quite a good article where she's basically just looked at the history since they've announced it. They announced it at Wembley, which is sense because it was a stadium show, biggest event of the year. They've announced it. They have never announced it as a pay-per-view. She went, but they have announced a 52,000-seater arena in Brisbane, I think it was.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
And then she's gone, even when it was announced, Australians were going, that's a weird place to announce.
Yeah.
Stadium show for like WWE went to Perth, where there's much more population, and they don't really have, and even Dave Meltzer of all people at the time said, I'm skeptical of this. They don't have the viewership in Australia and no talk like a WWE did when they went out and sold out. So yeah, there was all that, and then Tony Khan said something in November after full year, going, got to work out the timings. It's quite difficult to present as a conventional pay-per-view, which was a bit, depends how you read it. Some people read that as him saying it's pay-per-view. She in the article was like, well, he's kind of suggesting it's quite difficult to put on as a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Which,
syntax is
what I thought he
thing,
meant.
yeah.
But effectively, then they then moved it to a smaller arena, and she was like, well, the fans do have a right to be annoyed because they bought tickets for a stadium. It's been transferred to an equivalent seat in an arena, and they've also been denied refund.
That does suck it. I heard some people got effectively worse seats as well, based on like
yeah. And then last week, Tony did an interview in which he was basically saying, well, yeah, it's a TV special and it's always has been. And I was like, if you're having to clarify that, your communication has been poor.
Yeah.
AEW's
communication, poor.
Yeah. And yeah, she made a good point. She went, he focused so much on the TV, and it's kind of like, we will build it and they will come, but he's not really paid any attention to marketing. And she went, and if you go back to All In 2 years ago, and I remember us doing a pod on it, got really excited for All In. It's going to be incredible. 8,000 people there. But we were like, actually, the build for this has been shite. Like, they've not done any much build.
We were just excited to go, so it was fine.
I was just happy to be out of the house. Yeah,
exactly. And she was kind of like, it kind of felt like he thought, I can do that in Australia, but actually in the UK, he had a huge following who would come and do that. And as much
we're a lot closer together.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And as much as they put huge matches on, and they have, for it to go from being like this huge stadium show to a Saturday night collision, which is now having to be changed times because there's an NBA match on the network on which they're broadcasting on, which they didn't know about.
All-Star, we should do it. It's the All-Star.
The All-Star thing, yeah. And Tony's out there kind of...
All the Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
That's Space Jam. Yeah. That's the Monstars. Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and he's like,
I get
it's gone from being its own thing...
It's like a bit of a shit show then, doesn't it, really?
It's like, wouldn't you know that match was on the network that you were broadcasting on? And it has been a shit show.
You think, when you go in...
You are
I'd be furious. If I bought a ticket and then I end up with a worse seat, I'd be like, get my money back and I'll get another seat. Well, no. Right, well, this is dog shit then, isn't it?
As I said, it goes back to it. If you are having to clarify what your show is, somewhere along the line, you have not made it clear.
What's that Pit and Pete show? Maybe if you can't clarify it in your first statement, maybe it's too diffuse. It's not too fucking diffuse. Yes.
To be fair, this is, the first All In. I got us tickets. I was in the queue. We had tickets. We were tickets at the back, and then later on they're like, "Oh, yeah, we've opened these sections now. These tickets are closer,
cheaper than what we paid.
Not cheaper, but the same, but closer." And we're like, "Oh, that's a bit disappointing." As someone who
has watched this since day one,
cared enough to get a pre-sale, and I've actually ended up, because I pre-saled and made sure I got tickets, I'm actually in a worse situation.
Never let it be said that we all know Tony likes Time Cop though, so that's good.
Well, we had better seats the second time when we waited till the month before.
Yeah. It's basically a collision taken, and even those who are defending it, whenever Grand Slam is on, it's always Dynamite Grand Slam, collision Grand Slam.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. I just didn't know.
I don't know geography very good, or English apparently. But I'm not sure where Brisbane is in relation to. Cause I don't think it's that big of a city, is it? I think isn't there 3 big cities in Australia, and I don't think Brisbane's one of the big cities.
I don't know. I remember reading somewhere that it's
like Sydney.
Not the place you would host this kind of thing. I don't know. I wasn't really sure why, but people were sort of suggesting you'd pick one of the others. I don't know.
I think it's Sydney. Adelaide, isn't it? And Erinsborough. Yeah. It was just to get that joke in, mate, really.
Yeah, there we go.
Which is an anagram of neighbours. Think about that.
I got offered tickets to some sort of neighbours show recently. I was like, no.
Yeah, the match is for it last, but
yeah, if it's going to be, I don't know. We'll wait and see. And I'm happy that Americans are annoyed that they've got to get up early. I'm like, boo, single fucking tear.
That was when I got quite a good response to one of our tweets for that. Because when Elimination Chamber was on, I put the Bane gif. I was on that. She merely adopted it. I was like, that's awesome, isn't it? When it's on.
Having to stay up till 5 every fucking weekend to watch GCW. Get it up your hoop. Right?
Yeah. But
spoil, you don't know you're born.
But I'm just like that. It's going to be a great show because the matches are great.
But the build up to it has been a mess.
Build-up's been poor, but it's been overshadowed by all this, and it's going to be a great show, and a lot of people are going to go, "Oh, what are you complaining about?" I'm like, you can't, if it was WWE, fucking all sorts going about. This is.
Oh, I know, and I think AEW is still like, well, we can still get a pass because we're over
Yeah,
here.
and
Like,
what?
you've been doing this 5 years now, lads.
And I don't know how far back your memory goes, back 3 years. The start of her article, I completely forgot about this. She was like, imagine the scene. You're in Las Vegas, you're a rich businessman, having a dinner with another rich businessman, gloating about your competition who is having to downgrade. It's like, what the fuck's she going on about? And then she showed a Tony Khan tweet 2022 where he's like, had a great dinner with Dana White last night where I got to tell him that WWE are now running Money in the Bank at a smaller venue in Las Vegas because they couldn't sell out the stadium they'd booked.
Yeah, but was that Friday night, Tony? You know what I mean? Like, is that Tony Montana, Tony? Like, you know,
I forgot about it. Like,
I forgot about that, but yeah.
I
say it. I was like, oh, yeah,
I don't even know how we started this.
Karma. Well, we started vaguely mentioned Australia, and
yeah. So that's it. Bye. It was Ospreay and Mark Davis is back with his tremendous moustache.
Yep, this is a solid match because it's Ospreay and Davis, but it didn't make any sense.
Well, it's part of the Don Callis gang, isn't it?
He came back for a few weeks and was opposing with Don Callis' gang, and we never mentioned he signed a contract when he was in hospital. And now we're like, oh yeah,
I'm fairly sure that's not legal if you sign a document in hospital anyway, because you could be under.
I think that's what they said. I don't know.
Again, wrestling.
It makes no sense.
This whole Omega and Ospreay teaming up thing kind of doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah,
do you remember like 2 weeks ago when he came out? He went, "I hate you," and then they went, "Oh, we're best mates now." And I'm like, oh, so 2 pages of the script got stuck together. What the fuck's happened there?
Yeah, Omega tried to kill Ospreay in New Japan. Ospreay tried to kill Omega in AEW with a screwdriver. I guess that makes them even. No.
Oh, okay. So it's just mutually assured destruction. Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
It was fun. It was a good match. Omega comes down, and basically they were just setting up Omega and Ospreay and Fletcher and Takeshita at Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope Tony and Mariah are there. That's true.
It should do. It has to, sure.
Mariah,
she's the one when it was first announced back in August. She's the one who went out and did the promotional material. She went out to Australia straight after with Big Show, whatever he's called now, and she's the one who's doing the legwork.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The Hurt Syndicate came out and the fucking guns are back, baby. Yes, the world is healing.
A Bullet Club Gold sort of thing anymore? Are we not doing that? Is that?
I don't know. I don't know where Juice is. I think he's still injured. So
I don't. Yeah. What's going on?
They're just the guns again now.
Okay, fine. I guess. Well,
I was excited to see my boys.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see them too. I'm just.
You call us, I think the line was, you call us ass boys. Damn right, we're ass boys.
Yeah, I'm embracing it now. But the Hurt Syndicate are going to murder them.
Oh, yes. They got fucking use them as toothpicks. But yeah, we got the Harley Cameron puppet bit.
Yes.
Protect Harley Cameron at all costs. She is a fucking delight.
She could sing, she could dance, she's a ventriloquist, she could wrestle, she could stab luchadors with scissors. What more do you want?
Mr. Tumble's never stabbed anyone.
Fuck's sake, Mr. Tumble, pull your finger out.
Yeah, get onto the fucking GBH, you coward. But yeah,
I don't know what we're doing anymore.
No, the wine's kicked in. But yeah, I don't know. I just like the fact that she's just fully like lead into just being like a fucking. I don't know what it is.
Agent of chaos. She's
yeah, because it's not dumb. It's just stupid. Like. But in the best possible
You are
way.
Absolutely correct. That
yeah, you know what I mean.
No sense, but I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, like
it's so good. It just that
it's
Mercedes
like deliberately trying to wind her up by doing this. Because if so, it I don't know. It's yeah. Well, she's got the match anyway, hasn't she?
Yeah, she got the match on Collision that she did a halftime show thing with.
Yes.
I almost wish it wasn't Mercedes. I almost wish it was a match she could potentially win. But maybe hopefully this is just an amazing match.
I mean. If you're gonna do it, now's the time to do it. You know,
I can't see it, but
no. But I don't know. Mercedes comes out after at Grand Slam, and whoever wins against Tony and Mariah gets into the main picture scene. But yeah,
I could see Mercedes making her look great. So yeah.
If we don't get a spot where she DDTs a puppet as well, like what are we even doing? While on a unicycle.
There were some comments somewhere suggesting that she should have an I Quit match at some point and get the opponent to submit by throwing her voice. I was like,
I
that
didn't
needs to
say
be
that.
done.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's a great idea.
That is such a good idea.
It's not, but like for a really shit Vince 1980s wrestler called like the Magician, who comes out in a top hat and stuff, and he's like, yeah, just keeps pulling fists out of his top hat and punching them. This is sounding pretty great, actually, to be honest.
Let's do it.
I must away to WWE 2K. Tag match, Hounds of Hell, fucking yes, all of that against Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Just fucking murder, absolute murders going on everywhere.
Yeah, it was fun. Obviously, Takeshita and Fletcher got the win because they're going to a big show.
But they literally had to kill Brody to death.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's actually dead now, but
I think they
he'll
hit him
be
with like
fine.
a DDT and a brainbuster and then something else. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
We
fucking
had
hell.
Queen Aminata and Tony versus Tony Storm, but Tony Storm was beating Mariah May.
Yeah, I'm saying before that there was MJF and
Oh
Max
yeah,
Caster, and I just hope MJF just kills. But then Dustin came out as well,
Oh,
which
yeah, I
I'm
forgot.
like, okay, we'll get Dustin involved. Let's see. MJF
Sure.
versus Dustin. You know, yeah. Tony Storm against Queen Aminata, but Tony Storm was Mariah May in a fucking just
She looks so like her.
again. It was just
He's
it was a proper double take, and I was like, oh shit, yeah.
he's so good at that.
Was it Collision? Is it okay to masturbate in this theatre?
Yeah, yeah, yes, it was.
Little nods. But yeah, again, more Queen Aminata on my TV as well because she's fucking great.
She's great too.
Again, you've got all these women now, and we're getting good stories with them. Come
But
on,
more, please, more.
just do something with it. Like,
Yeah,
you know, don't let it die on the vine. Chris Jericho did some shit, and then Swerve against Ricochet.
oh yeah, Ricochet won. I want to say
I've seen that powerbomb counter on the.
Onto the
barricade.
barricade,
yeah, it was pretty grey.
Yeah, well, he won by shenanigans, didn't he? He
Oh,
low-blowed
he
him.
did.
Yeah.
He made out like it was an accident, but yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
And he nicked Nana's coat and fucked off. It was a great match. Like, it was a fucking tremendous match. I just don't care for Ricochet. Like, I don't like this thing that
Wow.
he's doing.
The Ricochet cycle has been quick this time around.
No. Like, I just don't like this thing. I don't
No,
know why he's
I-
involved in a bit with Swerve. Like, I don't.
I know what you mean.
And then Collision, trios match. Adam Cole, Roddy, and Cool Kyle against Danny Magic, and Cool Hand. Nice to see Cool Hand back. I don't think I've seen him in a while.
Oh, he was paternity leave. wasn't
I
he?
think he was on
Yeah.
paternity, but yeah, it was just I was like, cool. Oh,
He's
that
been out.
means-
He's been about a little bit in the last couple of weeks, but
I
yeah,
must have
it's quite
blunked and
recent.
missed. Which means we might get a Ruby return at some point if she comes back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure she will at some point.
She's got history with people. Just saying. Yeah, we all try and forget the outlaws, the outcasts,
Outrunners.
outboard motors. No, if it was if she joined the Outrunners, I'd be fucking on board for that. You son of a bitch.
Make it
Again,
happen.
Shane Taylor Promotions. Shane Taylor and the Infantry. Again, a really fun trios match. It's fucking nice seeing Daddy and Danny, and Angelo like doing stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. It's mostly set up a Death Riders trio match, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because we all forget, but Death Riders are trios champions.
I really feel like there's a monkey paw situation going on. Like, oh yeah, AEW. I was like, I wish for trios championships. It's all gone
Okay,
wrong.
you can have them, but you'll never see them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I want a
It's
lot
like
of
Ditchwater
my.
Sal in fucking Stardust. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I want a lot of my old
There's a
favorites
reference.
from WWE to turn up in AEW. They will, but they're going to put you murder the people you like in AEW.
yeah. It was just a weird thing. And it's basically setting up a trio championship between Undisputed Kingdom and Pac.
Yeah,
Lovely
just
beard-
Pac.
Lovely beard, just Pac. At his maximum dampness.
Can't get hold of him. He's too damp.
He's too slippery.
Yeah.
It's like trying to catch a conger eel. Yeah, Claudio
Yep.
and Yuta, which again, I don't think they've defended them since they
I
won
don't
them.
remember. Well, maybe
I
once.
don't remember seeing them.
I just find it annoying because they keep it's a team involving Moxley, Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler's also there. And,
Wheelers, yeah.
and I just feel like surely that team wouldn't run away from anything ever. Like
No,
but
I
they
think it's
do
the-
constantly,
yeah.
and I'm made to look a bit. And I'm always like, what? I don't get
I
this.
hate it.
I don't get it at all.
It's like
It's like-
proper actively turn me off. It's
The Mox thing probably the other week where he's like, I'm trying to rebuild it and all this stuff. I was like, okay, well, do that then. Like,
Yeah.
destroy the people who are in the way and
what are you
salt the
trying to
earth.
do?
Why is he not just murdering people? It's Mox. I don't understand. His words don't mix with his actions. I don't
Yes, that's the problem
don't
with it.
get it.
It's a conflict of one man's interest.
Saying that and then teaming with a learning tree does not make sense.
I've really been trying to give it time, but it's annoying me now.
There's bits and pieces of goodness in there, but a lot of it is just.
What annoys me the most is it could be fucking amazing. It could just
Yeah,
be this
if they
team
just murdered
murdering-
everyone. They're called the
wasn't
Death
good.
Riders. They're not called the Runaway Boys because that's a Stray Cat song.
They tried to kill Brian Danielson. Like,
That
They
was
made
amazing.
him drink poison.
That turning you to turning.
yeah,
Oh, incredible.
all great. And then what is happening since? I
It's
don't
a classic
understand.
AEW. We've got a great bit, and then we've knocked for back.
I've got a great idea.
It's like
we
me
do
playing
this.
7-card brag. Yeah.
Yeah. Now what?
But speaking of greatness, Brian Keith against Bandito.
Yes.
Yes.
I loved this.
Yep.
The duel bit was
The
so good.
the Mexican pace off bit. Yeah. Fucking yeah.
They just kicked each other in the face. It was so good. I
It's just
love
fucking
that.
stupid.
I was watching this on the bus. I nearly jumped off my seat. I was like, so
Get
good.
Brian Keith away from Jericho. As we say, everyone, get everyone away from Jericho. Just put him in a bubble, like that film, The Bubble Boy, and just have him just I don't know. Tell him it's being aired on TV, and then just like, I just don't.
Yeah, I take your point, but would we know who he
Dralistico-
was without Jericho? Possibly not, to be fair.
Again, we've said this a lot, but if Jericho just went away for like 6 months and then came back, I'd be happy. It's the fact that he's there and he's constantly reinventing, but each time it's somehow more annoying. And it sucks in more people that I quite like.
He actually listens to this podcast. He just does things to annoy you.
I feel that at times. Again, I had to go after you on that monkey paw, mate. There was Dralistico, Beast Mortos, and Roosh kill some people.
Yep, that's all I remember from that.
Didn't get their names. But Commander came down to make the save, and I'm like, Commander, you fool! And then Hologram came out, and I'm like, yes, all the luchadors against all the giant men, please.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah, it's all I've ever wanted, John.
Like
I said, I want Nate Reese climbing that huge lad, like in Morecambe. I just fucking love it. I just think it's the best wrestling. It's tiny men against giant men.
We do need to rig up the flashing weak points bit. So
yeah, you got to pay extra for that on Netflix.
I'm
Megan Bain did a bit, and nobody cares. We got Harley Hudson in a halftime show. Harley Hudson, fucking Harley Cameron. Called the Monet Train.
Yeah. So.
And then, it comes down. Mercedes come down. We got Field of Wrath as well. Like, why are these not shirts? AEW, you knock shirts out left, right, and center. There's a fucking terrifying Ricochet shirt out. Like, why is there not a million Harley Cameron ones that I could spend my money on?
I'm so glad she's getting her flowers a bit now. Like, people are recognizing how good she is. It's been a
long
while.
time coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Buddy Matthews against Okada in Australia as well.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of calling people bitches. It's fine, I guess.
Again, I'm never going to get bored of that. I think because Okada does it with just such venom. Like, it's very good. Dustin Rhodes killed a boy, and then MJF, he did a promo on MJF, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Dustin against MJF, I don't think I've seen that, and I like Dustin. MJF's not doing out.
Big fan, Dustin.
Why not? Yeah.
Superior Roads.
Yep, the high roads. Penelope Ford against Thunder Rosa. It's surprisingly fun, actually. I like Penelope Ford. I like Thunder Rosa. But again, it's just this thing like Megan Bain come in at the end, and now we've got a Megan Bain debut, even though she's already debuted. Like, first singles match, I think it is this week. And I just don't like Megan Bain. Having watched her in GCW, I find her very boring. Maybe she was saving up the good stuff for national TV. I don't know.
See how it goes.
Oh, Mariah May killed someone. Was stressed up like Tony Storm and then killed her.
Yeah. But then Luther returned carrying the shoe, right?
Which is a normal sentence.
Yeah. And then when Mariah went back to her opponent, it was actually Tony Storm.
Yep.
That was
cinema, right? Absolute cinema. Seriously, if this doesn't get best thing at the PWI, whatever the bollocks it is, then I'll never buy it anyway. Is it a thing? I don't know. Is it an actual magazine? I don't know.
I assume so. I don't know.
But yeah, because it's just fucking great. And again, it's the right level of brilliant and stupid, which is it's the middle of the Venn diagram where wrestling is at its finest.
It's stupid, but it's not dumb. Is that what we said before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because it's also fucking great.
It's brilliant,
Like,
yeah.
Anywhere else, a bald man in a butler's outfit coming out with a shoe on a tray, you'd be like, what the fuck am I doing here? But in this, you're like, fucking hell, Luther's here. Like,
Yeah. And he's carrying a shoe.
and he's carrying that shoe.
Yeah.
Because it was, and it's like, and then people complain, oh, it's come around too quick and stuff. I don't think it has. I think this is perfect. I think this is a forever war.
Toni Storm was away for quite a while, to be fair. She was in
Yeah.
Stardom, and then she lost there, and she ran off into the streets of Japan, never to be seen again.
Yeah.
And then she was somewhere else,
And then she
Right,
disappeared.
I
And then,
straight away.
never to be seen again.
yeah. And then the rookie one
Yeah,
showed up.
so-
Yeah, wherever she is, wherever she went. Yeah, I know. It was just. I think this is just literally the best thing AEW have done for a while
Yeah.
in terms of making me go, "Fuck, this is really good." Like actually good storytelling, and it's silly. Briscoe against Carl Fletcher. Yeah, exactly what you fucking wanted.
Yep.
Mark Briscoe doing Mark Briscoe shit. How that man still has bones in his body, I'll never know.
I don't know how they're not shattered into several million pieces.
But unfortunately, he ended up losing. Yeah, and it's just basically to set them up against Ospreay, and I'm fine. I think we're going to get that for when is the Australia show?
This weekend.
This week.
Oh, so tonight's going to be more of this then, and it's going to be setting up a lot of like
Yeah,
stuff for it.
Saturday. And then Revolution's in a couple of weeks.
Fudge, right? But yeah, that was that again. Like AEW's in terms of the wrestling aspect of it, it's fine. In terms of like this Australia thing, I didn't know about that because I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I miss out on a lot of it.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the
better
Blue
for
Sky
it.
stuff is just people saying who the most handsome wrestlers are and stuff, and that's kind of my demographic.
Yep.
So I don't know any of this anymore. So this is all news to me. But yeah, that does seem like a strange series of circumstances that have led us down this path.
Give them Revolution because they've been building to Revolution.
Yeah, but do it in fucking Sydney or Erinsborough or Summer Bay or wherever Shortland Street was set. Do it on Shortland Street.
Oh, you're
Where Sons and Daughters was.
I would
Australia is
do it.
fucking huge. So let's see
Yeah.
who can get closest there. So what they're doing the show in Brisbane, Elimination Chamber was in Perth. How long do you
Dude.
think it would take to drive between in Australia?
Australia's fucking massive. All right, tell me
Days.
roughly where they are on a map.
They are literally east and west coast as far as you could get.
Oh, that's
Oh.
that's a 2-day drive.
I'd say more.
Because you
than that.
can't, it's probably more than that, because you can't really drive across the middle of Australia, because that's where all the Mad Max people live.
Yeah. It's 1 day and 21 hours with tolls, 1 day and 23 hours around.
Oh, I
pay the
actually generally
tolls.
thought it was longer than that. That's still
Well,
wrong, but
That's constant driving, John, so that's
Yeah.
at least 3 days. Unless you've
Yes,
got some
yeah.
really good gear on you. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point. So, yeah. What I don't understand about that in defensive, like Perth, which is Brisbane's on the west coast. No, Perth's on the west coast. Sorry, and Brisbane's on the east coast. I've always understood the east coast is where everyone will go to. That's where the people.
I think southeast is where most people landed, like Vanderman's Land and stuff.
Sydney.
Again, this is turning into a weird history thing, and we have no
We have
credentials to talk
no
about.
credentials, no research, no
No.
nothing.
But mine's all based on Irish drinking songs, so I'm gonna graciously bow out at that point.
Half remembered
But-
Irish drinking songs.
Well, a lot of Irish people got sent to Australia, didn't they?
Yeah, we did.
So,
No,
like-
I know what you meant.
Yeah. But
Perth, where Elimination Chamber is on the west coast, through all the middle of nowhere. I
Raiders.
just don't understand. I don't understand why Perth can draw people.
I don't
Well,
I
think
don't know anything about Australia apart from spiders.
It could be a totally different, like, I don't know, demographic that lives there. Really. Maybe the other place is more business. I don't know. Like, I've got
I know the
zero
Gold
idea.
Coast is where all the pricks from Married at First Sight in Australia come from. Like,
Okay, maybe we should have it there. I don't know anymore. What are we talking about? Why are we trying to talk
are
about?
they all going to wrestle in them hats with corks on them? Is there a
Okay,
boomerang
okay.
match?
Where's Crocodile Dundee? I don't-
He's alive, but the crocodile in the film has died. Oh, mate, I'm not lying. Stop. We're not doing this.
Stop it.
It's gone on far too seriously long as it is my halves. And we didn't start till late. And I was hoping to sail them out on my boat, but that's not happening now.
Very tired.
I'm
I
very
know
tired.
nothing about Australia.
I know enough.
No, yes, thank you. If
Never
you know
go
anyone,
there.
let us know.
Do we have
Really
anyone,
hot.
anyone from Australia who listens? Please explain
I've
it
got
to
an
us.
auntie in Australia. She moved there.
Okay, get her
Harvey's
on.
been there. She said it was very
Alright.
nice.
That makes her an expert in this company.
She's got bad. Said I was being too loud. Anyway, that was that. If you want to come and play Valheim with me, I have a private server set up. Drop us a message and you can come and fuck about with me on my boat if you want. I'll let you stay.
Hey.
At the moment, it's only a raft and it's shit. But I've just discovered copper, so I'm going to get some nails and make a proper fucking boat, mate. I've got plans. I have big plans. HMS Lieutenant Cockfosters or whatever it was I called him before. Anyway, say goodbye. Fucking hell.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Squeaky, 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 get out the way. Squeaky, 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 move, move. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. Oh no, it's a car horn.